done.
How excited are you
things.
for this?
We are done
How
grading
excited?
things. It is time to start breaking down college football.
Yes.
Week by week, game by game. XFL Jim and Chase will bring you every single game of FBS college football. We're breaking down every game of every week.
I've missed doing this since the last time that we did this.
I miss it so much.
And I know it's going to take up a good part of our year here in the gymnasium.
Do you know what that also means? Since I think you jumped in on week 2 of me doing that, I'm going to say next week is like the anniversary of when you joined the gymnasium.
I think it's the first week of June. The first week of June will be our year together.
Oh, that'll be perfect. That means I didn't start breaking down until like late May. Who cares? We're doing it early. I don't care.
Time has flown because I love spending time with this here man. This is my man's.
It's been beautiful. Anyway, we have week 0 on the board. This, just so everyone knows, this one will go fast. These take a while.
Yeah,
it's so much fun.
Yeah,
there's a lot of games. There's a lot of games.
Yep.
So week 0, we start off Vanderbilt at Hawaii.
Ooh, and we started off with a banger. Oh man,
a banger.
If there's any program that's in more turmoil and just in a shitty state right now, then it's the Hawaii program. Give me Vanderbilt, I'm proud to say, for probably the only time this season.
But Hawaii, I think I've been reading into their camps. The coach they have now is like the guy they want. He's like, I don't know, man.
Listen.
On the island, I'm going to take Hawaii.
You can go to the island, you can lose yourself, or you can come from a conference where it just means more and win football games.
It doesn't. It may mean more, but Vanderbilt does not win football games.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay.
I'm going to take Hawaii here.
Of course you would. There's no way you weren't taking Hawaii, buddy.
I'm such a big Hawaii guy.
I know.
Up next, Nevada at New Mexico State.
Oh, Nevada.
Yeah, New Mexico State's so bad. Speaking of SEC teams, though, New Mexico State.
Yeah, just the slump buster, old New Mexico State for teams in the southeastern part of the country.
Austin Peay at Western Kentucky. Western Kentucky breaking in a new quarterback after Bailey Zappi goes to the NFL.
Yeah, I was going to say Bailey Zappi's not there anymore. I still am going to lean Western Kentucky.
I will also lean WKU and the Red Amorphous Blobs.
Yep.
God, love them.
Grimace's retarded brother.
Speaking of which, go Stars.
Blob.
Next up, we have UConn at Utah State.
UConn at Utah State. UConn with a new coach.
Does this mean a new chapter in UConn, or are they still really, 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 really bad?
I don't know. God. I fell in love with Mountain West football last year.
So did I. And I think Utah State is actually prime. I actually might bet Utah State to win the Mountain West this year.
I'm going to go Utah State, man. Yeah, Utah State.
This is just preliminary. I haven't done like almost any research into this. I just think,
but that's what makes these picks gold.
I like Utah State, and I think they didn't lose very many people to like graduation or the draft. Give me Utah State here.
Wait. I just want to say for the record, if you're listening to this is your first time hearing us just like pick college football games for week 0 where we don't know anything about the teams in advance off the cuff, and you don't think we're talking about. All I got to say to you right now, Kansas over Texas.
Kansas over. We had another one too, didn't we?
I think so. Where
we had like several.
Yeah, where it was just random. Yes.
You had Fresno State over UCLA.
I picked that in like
every chance you got. You picked it.
Yes. Listen, we sort of know what we're talking about.
We sort of do. Damn
it. I'm so happy this is happening right now.
Kansas over Texas was the biggest one.
Kansas over Texas.
Oh,
yes.
I'll bask in that forever. Duquesne at Florida State. God, I wish Duquesne would win.
I do too, but I think it's going to be Florida State.
I think so too. I think Florida State might actually have a decent year, and by decent, I mean they go like 7-5,
which has sadly become decent for Florida State standards.
I know. Next up, Florida A&M at North Carolina. North Carolina also with a new quarterback.
Okay, North Carolina wins the game. The Florida A&M marching 100 win the drum battle at halftime.
1,000%.
That is the most badass band. Did you know in the film Drumline? Are you familiar with the film Drumline?
Yeah, I've watched it about 20 times.
All right, so I used to own a DVD copy of Drumline. No big deal. But something I learned watching the director's commentary for Drumline, because you gotta know what that genius was thinking, is that they originally were gonna have the Florida A&M band as the Florida A&M band and lose in the final like Drumline battle, but they were like,
that would
not dog. We don't lose drum battles. Like you're not gonna have us in here losing shit. We are the marching 100 for the A&M Rattlers, son.
That's all that Drumline knows how to do is win.
Yeah. Hey, that's a good point because T-Pain went to Florida A&M.
Yep. Speaking of director's commentary, by the way, do you know what movie this just popped into my head? Do you know what movie has like my favorite director's commentary is Evil Dead?
Oh, that makes sense.
So good.
Totally.
Both like the Raimi brothers commenting over it is hilarious, and then they have a special edition where it's just Bruce Campbell, just by himself, just riffing the entire time.
I know we're getting way off track here, but
that's what this is about.
Well, when I went to the University of Central Arkansas, Bruce Campbell came to do a lecture. I didn't go. My roommate went. My roommate was the biggest Bill Murray fan you would ever find, and when it came to Q&A time after the lecture, he raises his hand and he asks Bruce Campbell, "Have you ever met Bill Murray?" And Bruce Campbell stares at him into the windows of his soul and says to him, "Would it make any difference in your insignificant life if I have or not?"
That's perfect.
Yeah, I mean, I've actually seen this guy now on like a couple of like national commercials. So maybe Bruce Campbell gave him the fire he needed to make it to a Sam Adams commercial.
That's what he needed. That bump.
That's amazing.
Here's my favorite game of the weekend, or my least favorite game of the weekend, depending on the outcome. Nebraska versus Northwestern in Dublin, Ireland. Yeah, that's happening.
Give me the Husks. Give me the Husks to get it done in Ireland.
I don't know. This game is always hard to predict. I'm going to take the Huskers because it's preseason, baby. It's early preseason. We can't lose.
Dude, if
Huskers
you thought
to win the Big Ten.
I completely get it, because if you thought that I drank the Kool-Aid before last seain when I was picking Arkansas games.
Fucking wait.
Oh, buddy. Buddy. It's coming.
I'm just going to, this is my tangent right here. If Nebraska doesn't win 7 games, I'm going to call it a disappointing season. I looked over the schedule. Realistically, my ceiling is 9.
Yeah.
Unrealistically and very homery and Kool-Aid of me is we can go like 12-0.
Listen, you're in the playoff. Shoot in.
Guess what? We don't have to play Ohio State this year, so eat my ass.
Run to the windows. Get your future bets down.
I will place a future bet on them to win the West. I will do it.
Do it.
Because for some, as bad and weird as last season was, like week 7, we were still alive for the Big Ten West. That's how crazy that division is.
Hey, do it for Milt.
God, I'll do it. Next up, Wyoming at Illinois. Interesting.
Okay, so that right after the Idaho famous Potato Bowl, Josh Allen 2.0 transferred out of Wyoming.
Yes.
If he were still on the team, I would say Wyoming, but he's not. So I'm going to say they get birded.
I think they get birded. I think they get birded. This is a very uneducated, unresearched take. I think Craig Bull might be on his way out in the next like couple years of Wyoming.
I mean, either due to age or due to performance. I mean, he's not a young guy.
Like, don't get me wrong. He's been good at Wyoming. Like, Wyoming has been good under Craig Bull.
Yeah, he's brought in kind of like talent too, under the radar, good talent.
They're kind of just like they're falling on the tailwinds at this point, I think.
Yeah, makes sense.
Next up, Charlotte at Florida Atlantic.
The Clit against FAU. I'm gonna take the Clit.
I'm going to take the Clit too. I'm a big 49ers fan. I just love the fact that they just chose the 49ers for no reason.
Yeah. And that they abbreviate their team name to CLT.
It's perfect.
Thus becoming the Clit, and they put that on their jerseys, apparently. Hell, did they not come through with us with some big covers last football season?
They did. They did. So we're both on the Clit. Speaking of teams that came through for us, North Texas Mean Green at UTEP.
I might be adopted. They might be welcomed back into the foster home, baby. Give me those Mean Green.
If this was UTSA, I might have something to say about it. It's not. It's UTEP. And it's good. Like, don't get me wrong, UTEP had a great season last year on UTEP standards.
Yeah.
North Texas is a decent to good CUSA team. Has one of the more fun offenses to watch year in and year out.
Yep.
I'm going to go North Texas too.
Yeah. And the reason you're not bringing up UTSA is because the Mean Green shut that mouth last year.
They did. But guess who won the conference? It's fine. It's whatever.
Touche, honky.
It's fine. That's it for week 0. Short one. You just get a taste. I can look at week 1 right now, and oh my Lord, that's a lot longer. Week 1 has games on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Are you now just suddenly all pumped up for college football season in May?
I'm already. Like, USFL 100%. It's the season going on right now. I am so hyped for college football, dude. What do you think of all this NIL like tampering rumor shit going on?
I think it's people who don't like that the world is changing around them, talking shit and trying to spoil what's a good thing for these athletes.
I think it's that combined with like right now, like NIL is the Wild West, and I think it will continue for this year. Guess what? NCAA and all the powers that be had a chance to kind of address this years and years ago.
Yep.
They could have made like a rule system and done it their way.
Yep.
But they drug their feet, took everything to court, and now they're just unprepared. So it's the Wild West. Yeah,
they could have acknowledged that what they were doing was obviously unconstitutional. Instead, we had to have what's amazingly a backwards ass Supreme Court do the right thing and tell these kids that they are eligible to make money. And they could have put a system in where this could easily be investigated. There are a set of rules, but no, they messed it up, man.
It can't be tampering because the schools themselves aren't doing anything. They're not employees of the school, so it's not tampering. Right. And guess what? It's fine when I guess it's fine when coaches do it because coaches have been doing this forever.
Yeah. So what's changed? What has changed?
Just now players can do it.
Yeah. Now it's just all in the open, and people don't like it.
Yeah, it's stupid, and the rules will come. It'll sort itself out here in like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. I mean, the rules will come as long as it doesn't infringe upon a kid's ability to make money doing something that brings so much money to these universities. No, I mean, that's all I care about.
These same people were whining and complaining when the transfer portal became a thing.
Yeah.
And now they're just complaining about this.
Yeah, because they want these players to be indentured servants for however long the coach deems necessary. Not for 4 years. They're guaranteed a scholarship for 4 years. They're only guaranteed a scholarship for 1 year, and it has to be renewed. And the fact that these kids can now move from school to school, like you want to talk about scholar athletes, that these people are here to go to school. Well, you tell me another student that's not allowed to go to the school of their choice that they can get into academically.
Yeah, it's pretty dumb. I'm just going to say it's dumb.
Yeah, I agree.